I've always thought that navigating airport security was a lot like making it through a minefield. There have been so many times when I've made one tiny mistake which resulted in a long wait with TSA agents rifling through my stuff as if my hardcover copy of Gone with the Wind was the biggest threat to the country's safety. But this isn't even the worst of it. Sometimes travellers end up facing hours-long delays, fines and worst of all, missing their flights. But don't worry, because breezing through TSA will become a lot easier. I've done my homework, learned from my mistakes and done tons of research to bring you these super helpful tips. So let's dive into the top 10 TSA-friendly packing tips to help you get ready for your next adventure. Number 10. Don't play liquid roulette when packing your carry-on. Before you start packing, you must identify all the liquids you need to take with you. It could be makeup, drinks and toiletries. Figure out what you want and how much you need to take with you. Put them in neat little containers and make sure to label them. But you've got to make sure you're complying with TSA's 311 rule. You can only keep a specific amount of liquid when packing a carry-on bag. Basically, you can carry up to 1 litre of liquid, and it should be packed in a 1 quart size Ziploc resealable bag that's approved by the TSA. One person can carry only 1 such bag. But only labeling and sorting your liquids don't guarantee a smooth TSA experience. If it did, then you wouldn't be here, would you? You also need to know what TSA identifies as liquids. Keep the list handy when packing so you don't have to keep running back and forth. Basically, if it can be poured, pumped, squeezed, spread, smeared, sprayed, or spilt, it's a liquid. You'll be shocked that this includes some snack foods such as peanut butter, hummus, and even guacamole. So you're better off sticking to dipless chips and nuts as your in-flight snacks. And one last thing, when you're going through security, make sure that your liquid bag is easily reachable. You don't want to go fishing for it in your bag with the TSA agent glaring at you. Okay, number 9. Packing your medicines the right way. Your medicines could be in the form of liquid as well as solids, but here's something interesting. Liquid medicines are not calculated under the TSA liquids rule. Still, you've got to pack your medicine just like your liquids. So, here's a pro tip for you. Get some sandwich bags and put all your medicines in them. You can use 2 separate bags for liquid and solid medicine. Also, always remember to pack your prescription and the medicines. The airport authorities might ask you for the prescription for the medicines you're carrying along, and if you don't have it with you, it could lead to major delays. Number 8. Keep your electronics in check. Not knowing which electronics to take with you is a common TSA and traveling mistake. If your electronic device is rechargeable or has an inbuilt battery, you cannot put it in your check-in baggage. These devices must be packed in your carry-on luggage. You also can't pack spare batteries. They should be in your carry-on bag. And if you have any battery-powered devices in your check-in bags, they should be completely turned off. Now, here's a tip that I find super helpful when it comes to packing. Pack your laptop, camera, charger, tablets and other USB cables in a separate bag. This makes it easier for you to just take the pouch out and put it in the bin. Doing this will help you avoid the nightmare of trying to find out if you have something left in your bag that you need to take out. While looking for it, you end up taking out everything from your luggage, resulting in a huge mess. Number 7. Take care of your prized possessions. During my travels, I have realized there's an art to carrying your valuables through TSA. Firstly, I keep my valuables with me at all times, which means they stay in my carry-on bag. For me, this includes my passport and other essential documents. It's also helpful to put everything in a waterproof file, that way they'll stay safe from any sort of spillage. But what if you're carrying gold or other jewelry items? Well, this is when sandwich bags come in handy again. They'll keep you from spending a long time looking for your things if asked to remove them from your bag. Now on to number 6. Know your trip and pack smart. If you're traveling for a meeting or any sort of event, it is best to keep your chosen outfit in your carry-on bag. This can wind up being a lifesaver in so many ways. If your bag ends up getting lost or arrives a little late, this little hack could keep you from having a total meltdown. And even if it is just a simple trip, Having an extra pair of clothes with you is very helpful. You never know what the flight has in store for you. It could be anything ranging from unexpected delays to a rowdy kid spilling their drink all over you. In such cases, an extra carry-on outfit can save the day. Number 5. Traveling with a baby. If navigating airport security wasn't already tricky, things reach a new level of difficulty if you add a baby. There are just so many things to worry about: strollers, car seats, baby food, and the list goes on and on. But here's how you can make your experience a little better. Strollers and all baby carriers are screened manually or by X-ray, so you could just wear them instead of worrying about shifting your baby around. Baby carriers could make the process all the more comfortable for you and your baby, as they won't be separated from you even for a second. Arriving a little early could also make things easier for you and your fellow flyers, because traveling with a baby means a whole lot of extra checks. Since parents are allowed to carry over 3.4 ounces of liquid for the baby, it takes some time to make sure that everything is in order. You could bring an airport-safe toy to distract the little one while the TSA conducts its checks. Number 4. Preparing for the security screening. Security screening often becomes the monster everyone is afraid to fight when traveling, but you can easily make it without harm using a few simple techniques. Not all airports require you to pull stuff out when going through the screening process, but it is always better to be prepared. This one is a pretty standard tip. Keep your things organized in a way that they're easy to reach. Your number 1 goal should be to have everything sorted so you can pull it out in a few seconds. This means that your liquids go in one bag, preferably somewhere on the top of your carry-on. Then your electronics, which are bigger than a cell phone, and so on. Your documents should be in a separate pocket, along with your medication and prescription. This also brings us to our next point. Number 3. Packing cubes can be your savior. Imagine you spent quite some time waiting in the security check line. You finally get to the agent who's already exhausted. They help you put your bags and items on the belt for a screening test, and then suddenly something unexplainable appears on the screen. At this point, the poor TSA agent has no choice but to ask you to remove items from your bag to examine the unidentified object. Now, there are 2 ways for things to go down. Either your bag is a wreck with everything jumbled up, or you've organized everything neatly, making things easier for everyone. The first scenario is a nightmare for you, the TSA agent, and the people waiting in line behind you. And the only way to avoid this is by using packing cubes. These tiny compression bags can help you get done with some pretty complicated situations in just about a minute or 2. Next up, tip number 2. Get ready with TSA in mind. Now for this one, I like to pretend that I'm getting ready to walk down a runway, and TSA is the one modelling agent I want to impress. Only this time, the modelling agent has very odd standards. Your travel day outfit should serve 2 purposes. First, it should keep you comfortable during your flight. Secondly, it should let you sail through TSA without creating much hassle. This means picking out shoes that are easy to get on and off. If your feet tend to get cold quickly, you should wear socks when asked to remove your shoes. Try your best to wear an outfit that doesn't need a belt, and if that's not an option, go for a belt that doesn't have a metal buckle. This will save you from removing your belt in public, which no one wants to do. Apart from this, you should wear clothes that don't have a lot of metal zippers or buttons. Even wearing sequins is a big TSA no-no, as it'll make the scanners go off. And if you're planning on wearing big pieces of jewellery, it's better just to keep them in your carry-on and wear them once you're through TSA. And our number 1 tip, if you're unsure about anything, just ask TSA. This might seem a little impossible, but it's pretty easy. TSA's website provides a pretty extensive list of do's and don'ts. In fact, they even have a bunch of videos explaining the entire screening process, which lets travelers know what to expect when going through the security check. It's also possible to just drop them a message on their Facebook or X page and have them respond to you in a couple of hours. This will make your packing process more manageable and reduce your chances of getting stopped at the airport security check. It's like getting a mini security check at home, because you'll know which items are okay to bring and which might lead to a big no from the TSA agent. And there you have it. Following these tips is definitely going to make your next airport experience a lot smoother than before. Are there any more tips that I missed? What's your go-to travel hack for TSA security? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!